Welcome to Security Speak Easy Show, where we talk about all things network security. Today, we're going to discuss the findings of the Frost Radar report on healthcare IoT security in the United States. IoT security is one of the top of mind issues for healthcare organizations as IoT, IoMT, OT devices continue to proliferate. Having a comprehensive IoT security strategy and best practices that mitigate the risk posed by these devices is of paramount importance. I'm Tapan Mehta, Global Leader of Healthcare Strategy and Solutions here at Palo Alto Networks, and I'll be your host for today's episode. I'm thrilled to be joined by Delfina Huergo, Senior Market Analyst with Frost & Sullivan. In the recent Frost Radar report that Delfina authored, she analyzes the healthcare IoT security vendor landscape in the United States and shares insights on the trends influencing the market, as well as best practices for healthcare organizations on what to consider when selecting a cybersecurity vendor. Hi, Delfina. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, Tapan. So happy to be here and meeting you once again.
Excellent. I know some of the benchmark analysis in the report that you did on the IoT security. One of the things you noted that the US market is very fragmented with over 70 participants. Can you share some of your primary observations about the vendor landscape and the market dynamics that you uncovered as part of this research?
Yes, like you mentioned, it's a very, very highly competitive market. There are so many vendors out there with so many different approaches to cybersecurity. I guess from a first primary observation, you could see that there are different types of vendors. You have those several niche players that are targeting almost exclusively to healthcare cybersecurity, even with veterinary dentistry exclusively. Then you have the cybersecurity companies that are targeting security for different industries, including healthcare, with the same solutions that they would offer for the industrial or for the financial market. And then you have relatively newcomers to the industry, which have more of an IT background or more of a cloud background, that are also offering healthcare cybersecurity solutions in the context, of the market of increasing cloud migration. And when it comes to the approaches, usually solutions can be offered either through an identity authorization approach. They can be offered through a visualization only approach. You have many different ways and preferences to choose among so many competitors. And I guess the most clear trend we're seeing at the moment is that many of these competitors are working towards a clean solution which offers both visibility and protection in a single end-to-end platform. Mm-hmm. That would be the trend where most companies are working towards too.
It's interesting. You talked about visibility and enforcement, and as you mentioned, there are a lot of different players out in the market. But when you look at your criteria, especially for the top 12 vendors, what were the kind of the key criteria that you wanted to kind of make it as part of your research to nominate those organizations as the top 12?
Sure. So choosing it's hard. I'll have to admit, what we see as part of our Frost Radar criteria is that we are not only looking for revenue metrics. Mm-hmm. What we're doing is seeing through two different scopes and two axes that complement each other. We have growth index on one end, which we observe the market share, the growth rate, the vision and strategy alignment of each company, and a robust growth pipeline system that may have marketing strategies and user-focused sales. And on the other hand, we have the innovation index. And this is a measure of a company's ability to develop the products, services that really go hand in hand with customer alignment. And they are observing the mega trends that are out there in the market. They're going ahead of themselves, to really have a long-term vision of the market and align these products with their customers' needs. So we take these two indexes to have a better understanding of who are the leading players in the market, because the one that's leading in innovation this year will likely be the one leading in the following. So really revenue numbers alone don't make the deal. So that's why we take this particular approach when selecting top vendors.
Delfina, one of the key takeaways in your report, you talk about how a lot of the features are getting commoditized in terms of device visibility, in terms of partial visibility. Could you elaborate a little bit on this in terms of what it really means as it relates to IoT security, as specifically for the healthcare sector?
Yeah, sure. So we're sort of in a growth phase when it comes to the market. It's sort of a period where players are catching up with what competitors are doing. We have the FDA guidelines, which really put a minimum requirement on the table for competitors to achieve. So there's lots of minimum requirements like, the one you mentioned on device visibility and data-driven security insights. And this means for vendors that they have to innovate. It's time to look for the best solution out there, especially in technology and innovation that will really guarantee their clients and users that they're using the most accurate and trustworthy platform out there that will allow them to prevent as many incidents, if not all, as possible from happening, and protecting their patients, which is their key priority. What I would say this means is that providers of these solutions should not target only to visibility and sort of alerting, but they would also go one step farther and help and support healthcare organizations on next steps and what to do with this information, what to do with these excellent insights that you're already providing. So understanding the healthcare context and being a user-friendly platform and providing next steps and suggestions and insights, keeping in mind what is really important inside a healthcare organization and which alerts to prioritize first is key nowadays to offer as a solution.
Okay. So when you did your analysis, as you were going through the research, were there any common characteristics that you saw as market leaders that kind of made them stand apart versus the rest of the pack?
Yeah, so I guess I sort of briefly touched the points before on the other question. It's that first of all, it's understanding the healthcare industry. I believe personally this is an issue that is transversal to all of digital health solutions. There are many external vendors that sort of arrive to healthcare thinking they can sort of repackage the same solution across every single industry. The thing about healthcare, it's an industry in its own. It's very complex. And when you're talking especially about cybersecurity, you're not talking about light incidents. It could have really big consequences. So for healthcare organizations to have a partner that can really understand that and understand the level of complexity that they're handling is key, and a key consideration for them when choosing providers. And one of the things we're seeing also as well from leading organizations is security optimization and user-friendly features. So leveraging technology as much as they can to decrease costs, decrease time consumption, and decrease anything that can be a rock or in the way for productivity for physicians. So physicians wouldn't have another security solution up top of existing ones that adds another login, another authentication report, another thing in top. They just want to see patients. So a security solution that really helps them continue their clinical workflow without any interruptions, while at the same time guaranteeing the security and privacy of their patients. That is what the leading organizations have in common. And the good thing is we're, in a moment where we're seeing that these differentiators being built, and exciting technologies such as, generative AI and machine learning advancements are all contributing to really exciting solutions that generate personalized action plans or incident response suggestions that really drive exciting new product development.
Delfina, I feel we can speak at length about this topic, given the importance in the healthcare sector, the growing number of devices that continue to proliferate in the healthcare environment, and the importance of those devices, as you mentioned, relates to patient care, patient safety, and making sure that organizations have the right strategy and best practices to put in place to really mitigate the threats that these devices pose. At the end of the day, it is very important, given it's a healthcare industry where you're talking about patient safety and well-being. I want to thank you for joining us at Security Speak Easy. This is a very fascinating topic. Super excited of what the industry can play a role in navigating and shaping this. And thanks everyone for watching this show. If you like the show, click the like button, subscribe to this channel, and visit paloaltonetworks.com. Thank you.